Have you ever wished you had a superpower? Not the flying kind, not the invisible kind, but the one that actually matters in real life. Knowing exactly what he's thinking without him having to say a single word. Most women spend years waiting for men to just be direct, to say what they mean, to make it obvious. But here's what nobody tells you. Men were conditioned, from a very young age, to conceal their emotions and mask their intentions. They learned to keep a straight face, to play it cool, to never show their cards too early. But here's the thing they never accounted for. The body didn't get that memo. The body operates on its own system, running signals and responses that bypass conscious control entirely. And once you know how to read that system, once you understand the silent language that every man's body is constantly broadcasting, you will never have to wonder again. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to read a man like an open book, using silent indicators that psychology has confirmed, but that most people walk right past every single day. We are about to crack the code. If you want to master the art of feminine magnetism and understand the male mind at a deep, almost unfair level, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit the notification bell so you never miss the psychological keys that are going to completely change how you show up in your love life. Now, let's get into the indicators. The first one is called the gaze triangle. Most people think eye contact is simple. Either he's looking at you or he isn't. But there's a layer beneath that most people never notice. Watch what his eyes do between sentences, in the pauses, in the quiet moments. If his gaze moves from your eyes down to your mouth and then back up again, even for a fraction of a second, that's not distraction. That's desire. Psychologists call this the gaze triangle, and it's one of the most consistent nonverbal signals of romantic interest ever documented. He's not just listening to what you're saying. His subconscious is already imagining a deeper kind of connection. He can't help it. That micro movement happens below the level of intention, which is exactly why it tells you so much more than anything he could choose to say. The second indicator, the direction of his feet. This one sounds almost too simple, and that's exactly why it works. The brain, when it wants something, sends the body toward it. And the part of the body that most honestly reflects where we want to go, because it's the furthest from the face we're trying to manage, is the feet. In a group setting, in a party, and at a dinner table, in any situation where he has the physical freedom to point his body anywhere, look down. If his feet are angled towards you, even while his attention is being pulled somewhere else, even while he's talking to someone across the room, you are his true north. You are where his body wants to be, even when his mind is pretending otherwise. Feet don't perform, they just point. Third indicator, the adjustment. Pay attention to what he does with his hands in the first few seconds after he sees you, or after you walk into a room he's already in. Does he touch his collar? Run a hand through his hair, straighten his watch or his sleeve? Adjust his jacket? This behavior has a name in behavioral psychology, preening, and it's the human equivalent of a peacock fanning its feathers. When a man feels attracted to someone, he instinctively shifts into what researchers call courtship readiness. His brain, without asking his permission, sends a signal. Look better now. He wants to appear more put together in your presence. He wants to be worth looking at, and the beautiful part is that he usually has absolutely no idea he's doing it. The fourth indicator, the eyebrow flash. Blink and you'll miss it, which is why most people do. The eyebrow flash is a rapid, almost imperceptible raise of both eyebrows that lasts less than a fifth of a second. It happens the moment he sees you, before he's had time to compose his expression, before the social mask is fully in place. Anthropologists have found this same micro-expression in cultures all over the world, which tells us it's not learned behavior, it's biological. It's the brain's instant signal of positive recognition, of seeing something or someone it is genuinely glad to encounter. If you catch that flash the moment your eyes meet, before he settles into his cool, composed expression, You've just seen the first honest thing his face will show you all day. Fifth indicator, the space invasion. Personal space is something we guard instinctively. We don't let people into our close physical proximity unless we trust them, feel comfortable with them, or want them there. So when a man starts to close the distance between his body and yours, pay attention to how he's doing it. Does he lean toward you when you're talking, even slightly? Does he rest his arm on the back of your chair, not touching you, but creating a kind of invisible boundary around the two of you? Does he find reasons to sit or stand closer than the situation requires? This is called territorial behavior in social psychology, and it's dual purpose. He's testing your comfort with his proximity, watching to see if you lean in or pull back, and at the same time, he's staking a subtle, nonverbal claim. He's saying, without words, that he wants to be in your space and he wants to see if you'll let him stay there. Sixth indicator, the face touch. Watch his hands when he's talking to you, specifically whether they travel toward his own face, touching the chin, rubbing the jaw, briefly covering the mouth, touching the side of the neck. These gestures are self-soothing behaviors. They're what the nervous system does when it's processing something overwhelming, something that's creating a kind of internal pressure that needs somewhere to go. When a man touches his face around you, it's often because you are affecting him more than he's comfortable showing. You're making him nervous in the best possible way. You're creating a kind of mental static that his hands are trying to quiet. It's one of the most honest signals of genuine, uncontrolled attraction you'll ever see. And the seventh indicator, the final boss, the one that is completely and utterly impossible to fake, pupil dilation. The pupils are controlled by the autonomic nervous system, the part of the body that handles everything your conscious mind doesn't, your heartbeat, your breathing, your stress responses. When you look at something you want, something that excites or attracts you, your pupils expand. They get larger, your eyes go darker, and you cannot stop this from happening. There is no way to will your pupils not to dilate. No social training overrides it. No amount of playing it cool suppresses it. So the next time you're close enough to notice, look at his eyes when they're on you. Not what he's doing with them, but the eyes themselves. If they look deeper, darker, more open than usual, biology has already confessed what he hasn't said out loud. Reading these signals is like being handed the key to a safe. It gives you access to information he's not choosing to share, information his own conscious mind may not have fully processed yet. If you notice 3 or more of these indicators in the same person, in the same interaction, you are not imagining things. He is an open book, and you now know how to read him. Which of these silent indicators have you been noticing lately? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear what you're seeing. And get ready, because in the next video, I'm going to teach you the silence technique, the counterintuitive psychological move that makes him come to you every single time without you having to chase, hint, or say a word. See you there.